Welcome to my channel AI Reaction. In today's video, we are going react to family court case. But before then, today's credit goes to Court Watcher's channel for the video link in the description below.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth, shall be God?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman, I need you to answer.
Yes, and please excuse my appearance. I had surgery, so I'm in recovery.
Okay, are you able to do a hearing today?
I was initially going to ask for a reset because I didn't know if I was going to be under medication or not, but I'm okay.
Okay, so you're okay now? You're not under anesthesia or coming out of anesthesia?
No.
Okay.
Your Honor, we're going to motion to modify, support, and confirm arrears. We do have an agreement to do a temporary order today. And just as a little background, one of the younger child, Caden, has left mom's home and has gone to live with Mr. Hill. However, that's not an agreement between the parents for him to permanently live with Mr. Hill. So we're just requesting a temporary order today, so parents can hire attorneys if they want or file their own pleadings. As far as some agreements in the temporary order, we are in agreement that the order will change from Medicaid coverage to Mr. Hill covering health and dental. And then we are in agreement to reserve the confirmation of arrears until further order. And then the reset date we have is March 23rd, 2023. There is not an agreement on if we should modify child support or not at this time. So I'll call the mother, Ms. Coleman. Can you state your name?
Kiana Coleman.
And Ms. Coleman, what are your children's names in this case?
My oldest son is Cedric Keelan D. Hill, and the youngest is Caden Deshaun Hill.
And how old is Cedric?
Cedric is 17,
Okay.
and Caden is now 16.
Okay. And where are the children primarily living?
They primarily live with me. However, in the last 2 months, Caden ran away from home. For about 2 weeks, I didn't know where he was. Eventually, I received notification that he was with his father.
Okay. And did you hear the agreements I announced earlier as to doing a temporary order and reserving arrears?
I do not agree with temporary orders. And as far as reserving arrears, what does that mean?
So if the arrears issue were reserved today, it just means we wouldn't discuss it. It would be discussed at the next hearing.
Sure.
But you're wanting a final order done today?
When final order in regards to custody or in regards to child support?
So the OAG only filed to modify child support and confirm arrears. We're not trying to change conservatorship.
Okay.
So with you being the primary conservator over the two kids, we wouldn't change that.
I have full custody over the boys. So to be honest, Cedric is in contempt of court.
And so you're wanting Caden to come back with you, is that correct?
Yes, and we can work something out, but yes, I do.
Okay. And so just so I have it clear, you do want a final order today and have things finished up and not come back to court, or you're okay with the temporary order?
Temporary order in regard, I'm sorry for having to repeat. I just want to get a clear understanding. As far as the temporary orders in regards to the rearage and the medical, correct? I am in agreement with the medical. As far as you said, reserve arrearage, meaning talk about it now or wait till later?
If we did a temporary order, the state would request orders on health insurance and child support. We would not address the arrears today, and then we'd come back to court in March. If between now and then you wanted to hire an attorney or file anything else, you could, but you don't have to.
I'm in agreement with that, yes.
Okay. And you're in agreement with Mr. Hill providing insurance for the kids?
I am in agreement with that, as long as the agreement includes him providing insurance cards and doctor's information, because let me restate that. In our custody order, I have full custody. He only has visitation. So with him getting medical, I can get medical for my children, and he can continue to pay medical support.
And what kind of insurance do they have right now?
They are on Medicaid. I can get that changed if that's what he wants to do. But the current order is that I have full custody, medical, everything. He only has visitation rights.
Okay. Okay, and right now, child support for 2 kids is set at $590 per month. Are you wanting that to be modified today?
If his, according to, his pay, I mean, yes, but if his pay hasn't changed, then no.
We did recalculate it based on his current income, and that would bring us to child support of $695 per month.
Mhm.
Would you agree to that amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I have a note here that says Mr. Hill is wanting child support to be set at 0, since y'all both have one of each of the kids. Do you agree or disagree to that?
I disagree.
Okay. And can you explain why?
My children have been with me since birth. We've attempted to co-parent throughout the years. I'm still attempting to co-parent. It is not easy. With the situation now at hand with Caden, I have proof of me asking, let's talk, let's come to an agreement. Let's work something out. Let's get counseling over and over and over again. I wish I had the opportunity to provide the times of asking, let's talk, but it always end up in an argument about the past, about him being on child support. I did not put him on child support. It always, the conversation, I have proof, the conversation always go back to that. Caden,
So
I'm
Ms.
sorry.
Coleman, do you have any safety concerns with your address or phone number being in the court order?
No.
Okay, I'll pass the witness. The state calls the father, Mr. Hill. Will you state your name?
Hill.
And Mr. Hill, are you in agreement for this to be a temporary order today and to come back to court on March the 23rd?
Yes.
Okay. And are you in agreement to provide the health and the dental insurance for the children?
Yes.
Is that through your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is Caden currently living with you?
Yes, ma'am, he is. He's not forced to live with me. He ran away from home. So it's not like I'm holding him against his will. I'm just doing what a father's supposed to do and trying to get matters. That's why I called Attorney General to make sure I was going about this the right way. That's all.
Okay. And have you told Caden or let him know that he should go back to his mom's?
I did speak to him about that, but this is not his first incident with him leaving the house or her putting him out. There has been some abuse where she has jumped on him at one time and put him out the house, where I had to go pick him up in the cold and got CPS involved in this matter. And they requested that he go back home, and that's not happen again. It's the second time. So that's why I'm making the initiative, I at least want to get him an interview where he can speak to the judge himself. That way you won't be manipulated by her or think that I am trying to get over. if my son is 16 years old and he's able to speak for himself, that way the judge can get a feel of what's going on. That's what I really want in this matter, because he the one decided that he want to stay with his dad. And as a man, I feel that I should be able to raise him up to be a man,
Okay,
because
so,
he have had problems in school.
Mr. Hill, right now your child support for 2 kids is $590 per month. Are you wanting that to remain or change?
I don't know. I wanted it to remain, but if I have my son with me at this time, I don't see why she's still getting child support. Like I said, I'm not forcing him to stay with me, but I'm having to pay for, the medical as it is, and food and transportation. But my thing is, I make $22 an hour. I don't know where y'all got that amount of $4,400 a month, because I do not make that. I have my paycheck stub right here before me, stating that I make $22 an hour, which is $1,760 every 2 weeks, which is
Mr. Hill, do you work
$3,500 a
overtime?
month. It has happened, but I don't get overtime every week. I worked overtime for like a month last year. This year, I haven't even had overtime within the last a few weeks. It's not like I get overtime every week. That happened like during the holidays. Then it drops down to 0 to regular 40 hours a week.
And what kind of work do you do?
I'm a forklift operator for CJ Logistics.
Okay. And do you have 2 other minor kids?
No, I don't know where that came from. I only have 2 kids by Miss Coleman, CJ, Cedric, and Kaden.
Okay, so no other children.
No.
Okay. Do you have any safety concerns, Mr. Hill, with your address or phone number being in the court order?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'll pass the witness.
All right, I'm in a temporary order. Y'all both need to get attorneys for the things that y'all both want. They're both very different things that y'all want. I cannot help you until you help yourself. And the way that you need to do that is get an attorney to guide you through the process. Mr. Hill, I understand you're trying to do the right thing. I'm talking. You need to listen.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Mr. Hill, I understand you were trying to do the right thing, but you didn't do it correctly. You need to get an attorney so that you can do that correctly. Otherwise, you're supposed to follow the court orders, and that means that the children are supposed to reside with Miss Coleman. I understand y'all have teenagers, so that's it can be difficult. I didn't hear a testimony about it, but I sure hope that Cadence didn't run away and then be gone for 2 weeks, and nobody ever told Miss Coleman where the child was. I really hope that wasn't the case, because that's not right. I understand that he may not have wanted to go back to Miss Coleman's residence, but I'm sure she was worried about him, and we should have at least told her where the child was. So y'all both need to figure out what you want to do. Miss Coleman, the same thing for you. If you want Cadence to come back with you, there are legal papers that can be filed. Definitely a judge at that point, once y'all file paperwork with an attorney, can petition the judge to meet with the children, and we can set that up as well. But y'all got to take care of it the proper way. The way y'all have both done it hasn't been the right way. Definitely, Mr. Hill, I understand what you're saying, but you haven't done it the right way. So you need to do it the right way, and it may be possible to get what you want. I'm going to make the orders that you're going to provide. Father's going to provide insurance. We'll reset the case to March 23rd. Since you didn't follow what you're supposed to do, I'm not going to change the child support. So I'm not going to set it at 0, but I'm also not going to increase it. So it's just going to stay at where it is. That hopefully will help you to have some money to get an attorney, if that's what you choose to do. I do want to hear in March that somebody has done something, or maybe both of you have done something by hiring an attorney and filing a petition. If y'all have done that, then I'll refer your case to the district court for them to have any future hearings. If y'all haven't done anything, then I'm going to have to make a tough decision without all the information. And I'm not sure what I'm going to have to rule. I would rather that y'all take care of it the way you're supposed to and get an attorney to help you, guide you through the process. All right, that's all for today. We'll see y'all back March 23rd here on Zoom to report to me where we are or do final orders. Y'all are excused and can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Thank you.